Okay, so in the last episode of this Planet Coaster tutorial series, I showed you how to start your park and how to get the basic things in. Now today, I'm going to be showing you how to add in a couple of shops and maybe put a coaster in at the end. So, we're going to start with the shop. You have got all of these things. These are blueprints ready made, but that's for the staff. Okay. We're going to be wanting a food shop. Now, all of these are quite big, so we're going to choose this one because it's actually quite small. So once we've found it, okay, nice and close. It's called Chief Beef. It's one of the big things. You open it up and you choose your prices in this tab here, and it's that simple to get a working shop. Alright, now that we've got this, we're going to make our first coaster. So, to make our coaster, we're obviously going to go to our coasters. And these are all the ready-made ones. So you've got stuff like this, and you've got stuff like this, and you've got stuff like this, and you've got stuff like this. I've never seen that one before, actually. I like it. I like the aircraft carrier. That's cool. The way it spins. Anyway, we're not using these, so we're going to go to custom. And we get all these. So, we're going to be just making a really easy coaster. And if you're going to make your first one, I would really recommend making a steel coaster. So you go to your steel coasters, and we're going to find a hypercoaster, okay? Because I think the hypercoasters are quite cool. So find the hypercoaster you like. I like this one called Equalizer. It cannot invert, which is a shame, but there are lots of coasters that can. So you're going to put that there. Now I don't like that position, so I'm actually going to move the whole coaster over here. So now we're going to press R, and we get our first piece. Now we're going to do a traditional thing. So you press enter to make it bigger, and then you go to your utilities and you press on your basic track. Now we're going to make it much shorter using this tool, and then we're going to go down a little bit. Now if you go auto tunnel, it will tunnel for you. Now if you're not happy with this, you can always go to operations and you can choose cars. But we're not going to be using that. We're going to be actually wanting to make it higher. So just press shift and it'll go up and down. That's the same with all scenery pieces. Shift is up and down. Now if we go back by pressing R here, we're actually going to press enter a few times to make the coaster a bit longer. Now we're going to press on utilities, obviously, and do your standard track, make it much shorter, and we're going to drop. Now you're going to make it go flat and then go straight into the chain lift. This is a traditional thing you do. It sort of drops down and then goes into the train lift. So you can take that nice and high, and then click on keep it on the chain lift, but you can bend it down to 20 degrees. Then click there. Now I am telling you, if you drag these blue lines over here, then you go here, you can change the speed. I take it to 14. Now you can go back here and drop it. I'm going to go down. It only goes down at 60, which is fine. Now you're going to want to smooth it out nice and slowly so people don't get sick. You can start a test and it'll give you live data on it. So watch the car. It's going to go. So right now the excitement's not very high. Green is where you want it. So fear is green, nausea is green, and well, everything that needs to be green is green. So now I need some non-inverted things. So we'll start with a figure of 8 to the right. You press that and it builds it for us. Now you need to make it a bit smaller than this. So you see it's too big. So I'm going to scale it down. But that's the smallest it'll get. So we're just going to have to choose something else. I'm going to use a helix down. But I actually think maybe a half helix down, if you can do that. So if we do this, we're going to here, and it goes down. Now, I'm going to non-inverted. I'm going to go and do a helix up right, but it won't do that, so we're going to try a left. And then, I'm going to rotate it back. This is rotate, this is up, down, this is side, and this is length. Anyway, I'm going to take this here, and then you can just press autocomplete. And it will automatically do that. You just press there, and it's done. Now if you just select one piece, like this, I'm actually going to delete some of it. So actually no, I'm going to autocomplete it. Over here, if I take that little bit there, I'm going to use a block section. Now these are really handy. Trust me. You're going to take brake target speed to 60, acceleration rate to 10, release speed 8, release acceleration 4. And then go back to regular track in order to complete it. And now, if you go and press done, and then you go operations, it still says number of trains. That's because we're going to do block section. Now, look, we can put another train on that block section. So now I'm just going to speed time up, and look, they both go. And then it stops for the other one. So, once it's finally done, we are going to need to add paths in. So just add a nice long path in, and now add in our incredible entrance and our incredible exit. Connect the entrance to the path. Use G and U to go up and down. So I'm going to go in stairs. There you go. And also you can have your regular path going down. So just get it going down. Now if it doesn't like it happening, you can just try and connect it like that. Once you've got that done, you can open it. However, excitement isn't very high and nausea is very high, and it exceeds the G-force limits. Have a look at your heat map, look at nausea, and look at previous run. Look around here, it gets really high. Well, that's because it's putting a really high G. So how do we fix that? Well, edit it again. It has to be closed to be edited, and put something called trim brakes in. Set your thing to about 30 miles an hour and try that. Speed time up until it's at the top of the lift hill and see what happens. But the thing is, we didn't press the button that makes... Actually no, I think we did press the button. We did. So we did press the button. We did. Didn't think we had. It didn't look like it, but if you look carefully, you see these things here. That's the trim brakes. So if you watch it go, this time it's going to slow it down. So it shouldn't give us quite as much nausea. So let's go. See, look at the nausea. It still goes up quite high. So we could slow this down even more. Like by selecting this, we can change the target speed to 20 or maybe even 15 and done. And you have to keep doing these tests until your coaster works well. So look, it's not going that quickly, so you don't get much nausea. But it doesn't look like the most exciting coaster ever. But once you've done some practice with it, it'll get better. So look, this time the nausea is much lower, and you still got quite a bit of excitement. So now you can open it and set your finance. I'm going to set it to 3 and watch how many people get on it. Now if you press on this ride camera, you can watch what happens from your ride. So look at that. It's quite a short coaster, but it's nice. So that's all.